Good morning and welcome to week 2 of the Scoreboard, i.e. the morning report. Not too much to talk about in the NHL as they're wrapping up their All-Star weekend. So we're going to jump right to the league near and dear to our hearts, the CCHL, home of the Brockville Braves. On the weekend, Saturday, Ottawa league leaders downed Renfrew 4-3 in overtime. And on Sunday, 4 games to report on Sunday. Kemptville over Hawkesbury 6-5 in overtime. Carleton Place downed Rockland 5-4 in a shootout. Navan beating the Nepean Raiders 4-1. And last night in that late game, Brockville 6, Pembroke 3. Impact on the standings. Smith Falls still atop the Robinson division. Carleton Place, one a lousy point behind, but they've played one more game with 52 points. Then Renfrew, then the Braves. The Braves have won 3 out of their last 4 games, and they've won 3 games in 4 days, excuse me. And they're slowly inching their way closer to that group above them. In the other division, Cornwall, who were because you know that the playoffs are based on overall standings, not divisions. I'm not sure why we still have those divisions, but that's it. Let's take a look at the scoring leaders. Tyson Tomasini from Renfrew is still atop the league with 60 points. But narrowing the gap, Matteo DeCipio. I keep thinking of him as a youngster, but Matteo, along with that group from the Great Brockville Midget team, are all 19 years old now. Matteo has moved into second place in the scoring in the league with 56 points. I guess that's about it we can report. Do we have some games coming up? Yes. Hawkesbury is at Ottawa on Wednesday night. Kemptville plays up in Pembroke at 7:30, and Navan at Nepean. So that's basically it for the CCHL. Now we'll take a look around at some of our other leagues and the players that we are interested in following there. I guess maybe we first want to go to the Q. Remember, I put this screen up while I'm scrolling around trying to find these scores, right? Quebec Major Junior Hockey League, that's what we're looking for. And, that's a history. I guess we don't want the history from that Quebec League. Let's take a look at our team that we're of interest in. That's the Halifax Mooseheads with Evan Boucher. Still in first place. On the weekend, they did beat Moncton. Oh, no, sorry, that was Quebec's score. On Sunday, Halifax beat Rimouski 6-1. Our man, Evan Boucher, ex-Brockville Brave, just as a slight reminder for any of those who are in doubt. If we can find Evan Boucher scored once again, so he's now up to 18 goals this season. It's been abbreviated, as I said, because he was injured early in the season. Played 37 games. Has 18 goals, 7 assists for 25 points. But, if we just look down a couple of spots, here we look at this. Brody Fernier, he played for the Smith Falls Bears last year. Brody's been in 48 games and scored 12 goals and has 10 assists. So not a bad production for Brody and Evan as well. So that's our report from the Q. I guess we have to move up, move around now. I guess the appropriate move is to the Ontario Hockey League, and we have our interest there. Of course, is Brockville native Gavin White. Gavin just lives around the corner from me, so we do have some interest. Gavin recently traded from Hamilton Bulldogs. They went on a bit of a fire sale. They had their big year last year, went to the Memorial Cup. Gavin got traded to Peterborough. As I mentioned the other day, I thought he was going to end up in Ottawa, but he's gone to Peterborough. They have not really been on fire lately. And in fact, if we take a close look at the Kingston, who was on a fire sale as well, has narrowed the gap. They're only 4 points behind Peterborough. Of note, let's take a look here. Peterborough lost to Oshawa on Saturday night, and they lost to Kingston on Friday night. And that Kingston game was of interest because I want to tell you a little story about that game. Chris Thibodeau notched a pair of goals. Now, if you take a look and you click on Chris Thibodeau's name, and it'll say he's from Charlotte, North Carolina. Well, interesting story behind Chris Thibodeau. His dad played for the Brockville Braves. In fact, he played on one of the best Braves teams ever. So let's take a look at this. I think we can see on here, we can, Ken Thibodeau, 51 games, 75 goals, 65 assists for 140 points. Not a bad year. He had the most goals on the Braves, but look at this. He finished, 18 points behind the leading scorer on the Braves that year, Mike Lappin. Of course, Mike had played in a World Junior Championships a year before for the United States. Big impact. And look at who's between Mike Lappin and Ken Thibodeau, Darren Burns. And Darren's son played in the Memorial Cup last year as well. Darren had 141 points. And defenseman Mike McCourt was fourth in scoring for the Braves that year with 28 goals, 64 assists, 92 points. Quite a year for a defenseman with the Brockville Braves. Okay, that's enough on the OHL. We have some other interests, of course. Nice screen here. Well, it allows me the opportunity to scroll without everybody watching me. Ontario Junior Hockey League. Gavin McCarthy between the pipes for the Oakville Blades. Look at this, 5-4 win in overtime over Lindsay on Saturday night. They did not play on Sunday. Gavin's having a great year with Oakville, despite the fact that his team is mired down near the bottom of their division, but no reflection upon the play of Gavin McCarthy. I guess I should have been showing this is that we went to we can flip out the British Columbia Hockey League. I guess we don't need to see the history out there. We are interested solely well, we've lost that screen. We are interested in the Salmon Arm Silverbacks with Ryan Gillespie. Silverbacks on the weekend had one game and they lost that game in overtime. I'm trying to make a recovery here and get back into the scoreboard. Yeah, so that's Ryan Gillespie with the Silverbacks, and they did lose in overtime. We have a couple of other players to report on. One of our viewers suggested we follow a couple of other players, and so we have taken that opportunity. Let's take a look at Penn State. Very impressive overall record of 19-10-1, but within their league they have 9 wins and 10 losses. But who are we interested in here? We have to go down and look at former Brockville Braves defenseman. Guess we better get this on here. Former Brockville Braves defenseman Simon Max played 27 games. And I think they've only played 30 this year, and he's dressed for 27 of the games. And Simon has 3 goals and 6 assists for 9 points. Not bad a performance for a defenseman playing in the top league in the NCAA. One other player that we are interested in NCAA hockey this year, and I was reminded that maybe I should be checking on Cody Munns, Jamie Munns' son, who is now in his 2nd year playing in the Hockey East Division, and he's playing for Providence. They are 8-6. Middle of the pack. And if we look down here, Cody has dressed for 19 of the 29 games for them, and he has 2 goals and 5 assists. Oop, I keep forgetting to switch off that. Not doing a very good job, am I? And I'm looking away. I'm looking at the other screen. Well, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 screens active here, and I'd be struggling, needless to say. Well, I think that's our report for today. This is Monday, February the 6th. This has been the Scoreboard, the morning report. Thanks very much for watching.